Well, it's beginning to look a lot like crisis for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've lost 7 of 9 games. And Terry Koshin, what do you think the problems have been?
Well, the same old Lance. Penalty kill. They actually weren't bad against the LA Kings Monday night. They killed 4 or 5 penalties, but it's still been an Achilles heel for them. 30th overall in the NHL. That's just part of it. They're not, for whatever reason, they're not moving their feet well in their own zone right now, defensemen especially, and teams are trapping them in their own blue line, not getting the puck out.
Is it a case maybe of this team falling back to earth a little bit? Everyone wondered if that start was for real in October, and now maybe reality's kicking in to a degree.
Well, I think it is, Lance, and you know very well that when a team has a lot of injuries, other players will rise to that challenge. And, sometimes the team overachieves in that span, as we saw in November. Some games they had 7, 8 regulars out of the lineup, yet they continued to win. Now we're seeing players come back. Darryl Boyce called up today, replaced Colby Armstrong's out with concussion. But a lot of these players are coming back, and I don't know, they're not complacency or anything like that, but the effort, for whatever the reason has been, just hasn't been there in the month of December.
I have to look at the goaltending too. I mean, let's face it, we know for a fact that going back 2 or 3 years, this has always been the trouble with this team until they get the good goaltending, which usually comes in the second half of the season. Unfortunately, things don't come together, and we've seen with Jonas Gustafsson, and lately since James Reimer came back, they've been falling down a bit in that area.
Yeah, they have. Reimer, it's taken some time for him to come back from the concussion-like symptoms, which I guess was a concussion that he had. He's been back since the 3rd of December, and he acknowledged that the game against the Kings on Monday might have been his best performance in those games that he's played since then. 40 saves. And the Leafs, you're right, that's where it starts for every team, but really for these guys, it certainly does, perhaps even more. And, only 2 games now to kind of get this ship on the right track before Christmas, and then they go off for a little trip. So we'll see, but whoever's in goal, whether it's Reimer or Gustafsson, they have to be at the top of their game.
Yeah, there's been a lot of one-goal losses piling up again, which is again something that they that hurts them, comes back to bite them certainly in April. So we'll have to see. They got Buffalo on Thursday, and then they finish off on Long Island on Friday and take a break. And from there, we'll see if they get into January, a month where they traditionally do well. We'll have to see if it holds this year, because they'll certainly need it if they want to get into the playoffs. For the Toronto Sun, I'm Lance Hornby.
And Terry Koshan.